Okay, welcome to demonstration number 2. In the first demonstration, we created our first semester and added a class to it. Okay, so we have our first class here, and one thing I wanted to show you up here is class status. If you click that, it will open up this form, and see the selected semester is our fall of 2014. And all classes for that semester will appear here. And we've only got the one class in right now. So that's all we're seeing. But all the classes for the selected semester would be here. And once you get multiple semesters in here, you'll be able to list all classes for all semesters. Or you can select a semester from up here and and just view classes for that semester. Okay. So you can select a class just by clicking on it. And if you need to edit a class, this is where you do it. You come into here, select the class, and then click Edit Class. And this form will open back up again. And you won't be able to change the semester or the class name. Those will be locked out. But otherwise, you can change anything else. And I mentioned the first time, the first demonstration, that the semester, the type and the name and the meeting times are all that was required. You might want to just enter that information initially when you're setting up maybe your next upcoming semester. You know what classes you're going to take and the meeting times, but maybe you don't have the rest of the information. You can just put in just that initially and then come back later and change the rest of it. So if you change anything, you want to click Update to save the changes, but we didn't change anything, so I'll just say Cancel. And if you ever need to delete a class, you select it, the class status up here. This is an active class because it's ongoing currently. But once you finish a semester, you can change the class to pass, fail, audit, incomplete, or dropped. And the only way to delete a class, you have to set it as dropped first and save the change. Then when you select it again, the delete class button will be available. It's the only time this button will not be disabled. So you can change these back and forth. We'll change it back to active. Okay, and we haven't entered any scores yet, so this is all 0. And this information here will come from the degrees, the degree tracker, and that's not there yet, so that's why that's all still at 0. But that's how you edit a class if you should need to. Okay. The next thing I wanted to cover on the grade scales, we can edit grade scales. We entered a grade scale, we selected a grade scale from the list when we put that class in, and those are all right here. And you can select one of these and edit it, or if you want, you can add a whole new one. And you've got different options. You've got, this is the expanded letter scale, where you got A, A minus, B plus, and so on. And the scores, the ranges. This will show you the percentages, what percentage you have to reach, and you can give a 4-point scale and the letter scale, both. You've got a basic letter scale, just a little bit simpler, and then there's the 4-point scale, depending on how your class is set up. And again, these are the 10-point, and the 6 and 8 points are common, and then your basic letter. And the help file has extensive documentation on how to set these up. It's possible to set up, just go from A to F and set up like a pass-fail type of deal. If you have a pass-fail type class, you can set that up in here. So I just wanted to show you that. That's how you set up your grade scales. And again, for instructors and teaching assistants, those are here. You can add, edit, or delete instructors, teaching assistants. You can add a new one here, or if you want to edit one, we entered Bob Smith. We entered the class. You can select that and edit it here. Okay. Okay, so next thing we want to do is we want to set aside enough study time for the class. Uh, Typically, it's recommended you have 2 to 3 hours outside of class per credit hour. So this is a 4 credit class. You want 8 to 12 hours outside of the class devoted to studying and doing assignments and things like that. Right now we have 0 hours scheduled for this class. And of course, initially you're going to want to put in all your classes first, because the meeting times are going to be fixed and you got to work around that. So you'd want to get that in first. But once you've done that, you want to start putting in study times for a class. You just click on the study time, and the start and end date will be set to the semester start and end date, or today's date if it's after the start of the semester, through to the end of the semester. And you can change these. You got to have a start and end date, because this will be entered the same way the class meeting times were in the calendar. With calendar events, you can have both recurring and non-recurring events. And your class meeting times and the study time are considered recurring events. And so for recurring events, the program needs to know the start and end date in which to insert them into the calendar. Okay, so setting up your days of the week, this works exactly the same way as when entering a class. You just pick your day here. So this class meets Monday and Wednesday mornings, and let's say our Monday and Wednesday afternoons are free. So let's see, let's go, let's say 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Monday and Wednesday. Okay, we'll insert that. And down here we'll see the recommended range, and whenever you change anything here, the schedule will update. We've got 4 hours scheduled now, so let's say we'll do them a 2-hour block so we don't get burned out. So say Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to say 7 to 9 a.m. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing on Sunday morning. Okay, add that one. Okay, now we're up to our 8 hours. We can set a reminder for this if you want. With all calendar events, you can set reminders, but we'll get into that a little bit later when we do calendar events. So we're not going to set a reminder for now. Okay, so once we've got our dates set and our dates and times, just click Save. And now we've got our study time showing down here. And again, this is Monday, so Monday is highlighted. So in here, when you come in here, you can see on today what you got going on for that class. This is updated, so we're showing 8 hours scheduled. All right. Okay, so now we go to our calendar. This has all been under the classes tab. Now if you move on to the calendar, this will show your upcoming schedule, and this will show the day that's selected here plus the next 7 days. But it only shows days for which there's actually something scheduled. We haven't scheduled anything for Tuesdays yet, so Tuesday is not showing up on here. And the days in which there is something scheduled will be bold on this calendar. So we go from the 18th to the 20th to the 23rd, 18, 20, 23rd. The number in square brackets following the date, that's the number of days until that date. So now the 20th is 2 days away, and the 25th is 7 days away. It just helps you to see how long you have until that date arrives. Okay, we can see on Monday we got the history class from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then we got an hour off for lunch, and then we study for that class from 1 to 3. And you can, if you need to edit an event again in here, you can just select it. You can select it and click edit, or you can just double click on it. And the program knows that that item we clicked on was a class, so it opens the class form. Like here, study, if you double click on that, it'll open the study time form. So whatever category the class is, or the entry is, the program will open the correct form for editing. Okay, by default it'll show everything you've got scheduled. You can pick categories here. Right now, we haven't really added any other calendar events, so all that's available. This list will only contain things that are actually available. Classes and study time are always going to be there, unless if you pick something else, and we'll get into that a little bit later. I want to stop this one here because it's starting to get long, but we'll get back into the calendar more in the next one, and we'll add some more events to it. Okay, so that's all for this time.